And so when I'm long-winded when I teach. When I preach, I'm short.
Okay.
So it all depends on it. Switch from preaching to teaching, and it's always hard sometimes to preach a text where everybody think they're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you've been around in church for a long time, everybody perceive and think they know the story.
Yeah.
And my job is to bring something new to which you see as old,
Mm-hmm.
and to make it relevant that you can walk out here and really understand what the preacher has been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we look at the book of Matthew, the very second chapter, certain things that I want to lay the groundwork is that you have to understand the writer of the particular book and what he wants the audience really to know. And he really wants to know, first of all, that Matthew's, throughout the duration of all these chapters, he wanted everybody to know this, is that he wants everybody to know that Jesus is a king.
Mm-hmm.
He's a king. He's a king. That's why he talks about in no other book, not in Luke, not in Mark, and not in John. They don't talk about the kingdom. The coming of a kingdom. Only time you talk about a kingdom is because the kingdom have to have, help me out, a king. No, y'all help me out now. Now we can preach this thing. I mean, y'all like that song, Silent Night. Good God Almighty, y'all like Silent Night. Y'all like Silent Night. It's all right. I mean, it's all right to talk. You know what I mean? It's all right to talk. I'm gonna loosen y'all up just a little bit, but it's all right. If you have a kingdom, you have to have a king. And Matthew's want to let the writer want us to know the reason why he talks about the kingdom, because a king is coming. A king is coming. A king is coming. And so unlike Mark and Luke and John, is that this book is actually targeted to Jews. You see what I'm talking about? The whole focus of Matthew is really dealing with the kingdom, but it's focused on the Jews. Okay, now teaching time. No, see, teaching time. See, I said I wouldn't be long. I wouldn't be long, but I feel it's teaching spirit. It's this. You remember a certain Nephi lady? And she came and she wanted some healing for her daughter.
Right.
And he says that in the book of Matthew, he only came to what? The lost sheep of Israel. Come on now, help me out so I can, you know, I'm talking about help the brother out this morning, right?
We'll take the crumbs.
Huh? You don't take the crumbs. Thank you, Ralph. Now, you don't take the crumbs. See, Matthew's put it that way because his audience was Jewish.
All right.
Right? I'm trying to work this so you can really understand what I'm talking about. It was to a Jewish audience. And the Jews supposed to expect a king was coming.
Yeah.
And the problem is that the reason why they lost all expectation is because it has been a long time
All right.
since a king has ever ruled in Israel. Been a long time. The last time they saw a king was back when Nebuchadnezzar, you're talking about, overplowed Israel. Zedekiah and them, he plucked his eyes out. Come on now, took all that. Now I want to go all the way back now to Daniel now. You know what I'm talking about? He plucked those eyes out. So they had no king no more. They didn't have no king. Right?
Okay.
Last time they even mentioned or even talked about a king was in Nehemiah. And when he started to build everything, and then Sanballat and Tobiah tried to do a conspiracy and said that he tried to be a king.
Right.
That's the last time they really mentioned about it. So now this is about, now it's all these hundreds of years now have passed. These guys that we call Magi's, which y'all want to call them, y'all want to call them wise men, whatever y'all want to call them, it wasn't three of them.
Right.
Just kill that right now. Wasn't three of them, wasn't three of them. I know y'all go to these places and y'all see three wise men and dressed up in all this type of outfits that Americanized that we made, but that's had nothing to do with the wise men at all. Matter of fact, historians don't even know where the east was to Jerusalem. They're not sure. They ain't sure it was Arabia. They ain't sure it was Persia. But no one really know where these wise men appeared or where they came from. But one thing for sure, Matthew wanted to let us know that they came. He wanted to let us know he came. And it was interesting to me is that Matthew don't give us a whole lot of details about these men. Because I don't think it's important to know about these men. But I think it's more important to know what these men did. Amen. I think he wants us to know what they did, why they did, what they did, so we can do the same thing, well, which they did. So our particular text says that after I laid some of the groundwork, and y'all been a good class so far, and it wants to know that in the days of Herod, y'all know Herod, right? Y'all know who he is, right? Who is it then? Y'all know who he is. You know how we in class, I know he is. But he was a very vicious and mean king.
Herod the Tectart.
Huh? Vicious and mean, the king. He killed 2 of his sons. Matter of fact, then he killed his wife and killed his older boy. The man had 10 wives. He was vicious, right? He was appointed over Palestine, right? He was appointed over Palestine. His ultimate job was to keep the Jews in submission. Under submission. In his reign and during a particular time, that the Bible says that the wise men came from the east, came to Herod, and asked Herod this particular question: where is he? Where is he that has been born King of the Jews? Now I had to stop and I had to pause right there. Here it is, these men that no one know where they came from. I know we didn't know where they came from, but who they really are. They came from the east, and they came to this wicked, vile king. And they asked the king the question: where is the one who was born a Jew? For we had come to do one thing.
Worship.
We had come to worship. And I had to lay this out and ask you a question. What have you come to do?
Amen.
We can learn something from them. They came with one purpose in mind. They came from far. See, he wants to know the geographic location where they came from. Because he wanted to let us know that they came from far for one thing.
That's all right.
Just to worship. How far will you go?
All right.
Just to worship. After all, he's the king.
That's right.
And what people do to kings, what they do, they're supposed to worship. So oftentimes, I wonder sometimes who your king is.
Right.
Because when y'all come to church, y'all seem like y'all don't come to do one thing. Y'all don't come to worship. And some of y'all better come and see if the preacher gonna talk about. But I came for one thing.
Amen.
I came to worship. I didn't come to see who gonna get a gift, who gonna come to this. I came for one. When I come to the king and I want to look for the king, I only come for one thing only. That is to worship. Most of y'all probably don't know that we was designed. We was framed. We was created to do one thing.
Amen.
Come on, class. To worship. I'm gonna beat this thing. I'm about to beat this thing. I'm gonna beat this thing like my mom used to beat me when I was young. And I already told you the story how she used to whip me, boy. I mean, I'm about to beat it. I'm about to beat this thing. We was created to worship. Now, look, if you can't do it now, what you gonna do when you get in heaven? What you think they doing?
Right, amen. Come on.
What you think? No. All this is rehearsal.
Come on, that's right. Dress right.
All this is rehearsal right now. Getting us ready for when we go to heaven, we're going to be worshiping the King all day long. Jerry, you're a musician, you know what it is. Y'all act like y'all make me want to sing this morning.
Amen. All right now.
How you talking about, Jay? Say, all right now. But y'all got to help the brother out. Listen, they came all the way from the east of Jerusalem.
Yes.
To seek the king out,
Yes.
just to worship.
Amen.
The Bible said if you seek him,
All right.
you'll find him.
Yes. Yes.
But you got to want him. You see what I'm talking about? Now, look, they had to have some want on in them. Now listen, some of us don't have to go that far.
Yes, that's
Come on.
right, that's
Come
right.
on.
That's right.
And we still won't give him the just due.
Come on. All right. Yes. Yes.
Huh? Some of us don't have to go through all these hurdles, all these struggles, and to be able to get to what they got to get. You have to understand, they didn't have automobiles.
All right. Come on.
Huh? They didn't have automobiles. They didn't have automobiles. They didn't have all that stuff like that. They were riding on donkeys.
Right. Right.
Going all the way to Bethlehem of Judea, right? And Judea, right there, it said Bethlehem, right? Bethlehem is really separated from Judea, but it said Bethlehem because Judea was so small back then. You go back home and do some homework and talk about the prophet Micah. He told you about that, talk about it really wasn't even really in existence. They didn't really know what it was. And so that's the reason why he said Bethlehem, Judea. But they went from far just for one thing.
Worship.
Now I got to stop. I got to beat the text. I told you to beat the text.
Come on.
Who was he talking to? A king. They tell another king.
Right.
Come to worship the King.
Sometimes you do drive-by, right? We do drive-bys. They talking to another king in the presence of another king.
That's right. That's right.
King. That ain't going over.
Ain't gonna go over good.
He didn't like that.
And he's not worshiping.
No.
Yeah.
Now you have to stop. Didn't I tell you already? I gave you all characteristics of this man.
Right.
He was power hungry.
Killer.
He was power hungry. And these wise men in front of somebody who was power hungry, position hungry, didn't bow down to him.
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
Didn't lay prostrate before him.
All right.
Didn't reverence him.
Okay.
They came with a question. We is the one who was born king of the Jews. They didn't come and worship no man.
No.
They didn't come to worship no man. They didn't come to worship no idols. They came to worship the one that was born king of the Jews.
Yeah.
They knew who they wanted to worship. But the one thing they had for sure, we didn't come to worship you. Come on, class, you got to get what I'm trying to say. You got to get what I'm trying to say. They trying to tell the powerful man in Palestine.
Worship you. Yeah.
Wasn't scared to tell him,
Amen. Amen.
knowing his history,
Amen.
that we didn't come to worship you. Now, you have to understand that he was appointed king by Caesar. But he was appointed by God.
All right. Amen.
Because you have a position and power
All right.
Come on.
does not mean
Come on.
that God put you in that position.
Amen.
Yeah. So you understand that amazing man could put you in those positions.
Yes. Yes.
But the Magi, they understood something. That's why they was wise.
Come on.
Wise enough to know that I ain't worship no man.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't fear no man.
That's right.
Only reverence and fear that I'm going to have if I'm going to worship the one that was born king
That's it.
of the Jews.
All
That's
right.
it.
All right.
Now listen. If you read history, he's the only one that ever been born
All right.
a king.
All right.
That's right. Amen.
Amen.
That's right.
Come on now, y'all small class, right? Come on, help my brother out. Who else do you know in history
Born a king.
born
Okay.
a king.
Amen. They were all everybody else.
You're talking about everybody else for point, but Jesus was the only
That's
one
right. That's it.
that ever been born
Yeah, okay.
a king.
Amen.
Only one, because you understand, and how it works is that if your father a king, you have to die.
Yeah.
Earthly, come on now. I know it's Christmas, and I know y'all want me to talk about ho, 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 Santa. No, I know we're gonna get it. We sit to the table, we're gonna beat this text.
Amen.
And we're gonna walk this thing out so you can really get some revelation of this thing. What I'm trying to get you to understand that Matthew's want to let us know that this is not no ordinary king.
All right. That's it. That's it.
He didn't just write this and be inspired by the Holy Spirit for us to just see Jesus as just your ordinary king.
That's right.
He want the Jewish individual understand that Jesus was born a king. And matter of fact, before he even came here, he was already a king.
Already.
Amen.
He was already Lord of Lords.
That's right.
And King of Kings. He was already already a king.
Amen. Amen.
So they said we want the one who was born king of the Jews.
Wow.
I thought about that. Why didn't it say king of Israel?
Okay.
I see you now. You're going somewhere with it. Right? You found the preacher. I like that. You see what I'm talking about? Because Israel, right, was the nation.
Yeah.
But Jews, was the ethnic
That's right.
or race.
Yeah.
He was born king of a race.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, he's telling her all this right here. He getting it all in. He getting it all in. Scratching his head. Upset. Matter of fact, that's what the text says. Come on, Bible reader. That's what the text says. The back of the text says that he was troubled.
Yeah.
He was troubled. It was complex. It was troubling to him that these wise men will come from far
Right.
and tell this king,
Yeah.
we come to reverence him.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
We come to reverence him. We come to reverence him. We come to worship him. And the Bible said that he said he was troubled.
Yeah.
Who are these men?
Yeah.
To have the audacity to stand before me.
This thing is born king. He gotta be something.
Yeah.
He gotta be something. You don't come this far
That's right. Yeah, to see just anybody.
just to see anybody.
That's
Right.
And matter of fact, look, you don't worship what you don't value.
That's right.
Amen.
Come on now.
Amen.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
right.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna hit it home. You only value, you put a value on something that means something.
That's right.
I wasn't gonna go this way, but I feel a tuggle. So I want you better eat today. Now next thing I'm gonna try to chew the scripture up like I do my chicken wings.
Come on. All right. All right.
I don't leave the bristle. I don't even leave that to it. I eat it all.
Come on.
I eat that. So we're gonna chew this text up, okay?
Come on.
Now we're gonna chew this text up. Now it could be an hour.
Oh,
We're gonna chew the text up. All right. Now,
Come on.
so you can get what I mean by you worship what you value.
Yes.
People get new cars.
That's
They
right.
worship.
That's right.
yeah.
Yep.
Come on now, you see where I'm about to go at?
Yeah.
Now, they get new cars, right?
Yeah.
A nice expensive car. She'll be in church on Sunday morning.
They washing their car.
Come on, James, what they doing?
They washing their car.
Come on, James, tell on himself. I'm sorry. Come on now, and you see what I'm talking about? They worshiping it
Yeah.
because they value it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Whatever you worship, you value.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's telling me that the Magi's or the wise men put a value on King of the Jews. Had to stop there. Had to stop that. King of the Jews. King of the Jews. It was in slavery.
That's
Why would you come and worship a king of enslaved
yes, yes,
race?
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
yes.
He realized something.
Okay.
This is not just a king,
Mm.
an ordinary king.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
That's right.
yes.
The Bible says, first time I ever seen this man troubled.
Okay.
The king knew he was in trouble. He knew he was in trouble. Not only was he in trouble, they said that all of those who was in Jerusalem
Yes,
felt the same way.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the king was coming.
yes, yes.
yeah.
Then the king will come in. Then what did you do? Come on now, 1 verse 4, right? 1 verse 4, right? I got how many, so verse 4, this is Mathew never opened up on the slow bus. After verse 4, we got 7 more to go.
Chief priest.
Come on, James, come on, read! You know the old church, y'all the old Baptist church, we're talking about read! Come on, James, read it, right? You know talking about when they you talking about when they got the scribes and all of them, right?
Yes.
And inquired, right? I want to make sure I'm reading right. I want to make sure they would, put y'all phones down. Talking about it. I want to make sure they put their phone down, just preaching the old thing. But they went to inquire, huh?
Yes.
We're Christ.
When Christ was born, right?
Boom.
Come on, James, read it for me, real James. You got to all highlight. I know you gonna go and get something out of this.
And when he gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born.
You see that? You see that? You see that? He said, shoot, I gotta find out,
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
huh?
yes.
I gotta do some homework, or I gotta do some research. I gotta find out more about
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's going on. So it's evident that the scribes, huh? And them never told her a king was coming.
That's right.
What's going on?
He never told them that king was going to be born. Never told them that king was coming. He had to go to them and ask them
Yes, yes,
what these wise men is talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
What these wise men is talking about. What I find all right, and I thought was strange, brother Jared, is this, that they were just as much trouble.
There he was.
Yes, he was.
Not everybody, huh? Not everybody was happy
That's right. That's right.
that he was on the scene.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're right.
I want to check that out. Herod told them. He told them, all right, I'll tell y'all what. Y'all go ahead and y'all find them.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know.
You know what he said? He said, now if he really was interested, huh?
Yes,
I mean, you got power.
yes.
You could took some of your soldiers, some of your guards. You could took, if you really wanted
Yes,
to meet him,
yes.
huh? If you really wanted to see the king,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and if you really wanted to worship the king, you would have helped them get to where they need
That's right, to be.
to be. Because they came from far.
Yes, they did.
And you know your geography and geographic better than they do.
Yes.
But he left them alone
Mm-hmm.
to go find the king.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that when it comes to worship,
Amen.
Watch out now.
All right.
Sometimes you gotta go by yourself.
Look, man. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
The problem is you have to know that everybody
That's right, amen, come on.
can't go with his
That's
presence.
it. Amen. Amen.
The problem is sometimes we want other people to go with us
You can't do that.
in the presence
Do that.
Lord.
Yes.
of the King.
My God.
I say, nah, I ain't going.
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
Yeah.
when you find him,
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, just let me know.
he said he was cunning. He was talking about, that's why he was wise. He was talking about, he said, when you find, let him know, because I want to worship him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna teach y'all something. I'm gonna teach y'all something because y'all been in church for a long time, right?
Yes.
And I kill religious spirits. Deep folks. I kill them.
Good church, let me know about it. Good church, let me know about it.
Man, never been in a synagogue day in his life. Then he gonna get churchy. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now they talking about, shoot, I want to have church too.
All of a sudden.
Right.
Man, you never worship. You know, listen, you want everybody to worship you, and then you gonna tell me you gonna go and worship?
Yeah.
The devil is a liar.
Amen.
Yeah.
And then when you find out, I wanna go and worship. If you want to worship too, why you ain't going with us?
Right,
Yeah.
Amen.
All
That's
right.
right. That's right.
yeah.
People have hidden.
Agenda.
Amen.
Now y'all woke for Christmas. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I thought it was gonna be real hard, Mama. I thought I had to break up the fallow ground here. It was a little tough. It was holding on. It was holding on. I ain't lying. What is the song? I know I felt that. I was like, oh, I gotta prophesy this morning. I might not preach this morning. I was trying to undergift for it. I said, shoot, I gotta figure out some people's going on in their lives. Shoot, I almost had to try to switch. So I said, just break it up. Maybe because we were singing Christmas songs. That's a song, your favorite thing. You want to talk about Christmas songs? She said, I got something for y'all this Sunday. Jack, put it on the big screen.
Wow.
Amen.
He says that we're gonna. I want to worship. Also, but I found interesting that he's the only one that said he want to go and worship.
Mm-hmm.
All the kingdoms.
Where the scribes and the priests never mentioned that they want to do
Yeah. Yeah.
anything.
Right.
He says, that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
When you go and fight. Only thing that they had to go off was because they would not give them any help
Yeah.
because they didn't know who to look for.
Right. Yeah.
They didn't know who to look for. He just born king of the Jews. But to them, God has given them a sign,
That's right. Amen.
a star. We're trying to figure out what the star is. I don't know what it is.
They knew.
I tried to do all my homework and everything. But they saw something
They knew.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
that was nobody else seen.
That's right.
Because the star led them all the way
That's
to
right.
Bethlehem, Judea.
Yeah.
They sing something when nobody else was able to see. And the Bible says that same star appeared when it left,
Amen.
and it brought them
Mm-hmm.
to the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they was true worshipers.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
True worshipers see something
Yes. Yes.
with other worshipers
Don't see.
Don't see.
They said
don't
Don't
see.
You talking? Amen.
Don't see it, 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 right?
Yeah.
I got a couple more minutes. I know since y'all was a good class, we speed up the time, didn't we? So y'all was a good class, we speeded it up, right?
Wow.
We try to figure out. It brought them right to the place
Yes.
where
Jesus
they supposed to go.
will. Yes.
When I tell you that no man can direct you
Come on.
into the presence
Amen.
of God. I'm gonna write this thing. No musician. No. Listen, I hear him say, I'm going to usher you into the presence of God.
Right. Okay.
It would be your worship.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Why do you think that in church some of us, huh?
Yes.
know the presence of God is here, and the other one just sitting there chilling, talking to their buddies.
Wow.
I'm just chatting. Y'all been in church long enough. Tell me, Pastor, I'm trying to read. What you read? Matter of fact, you don't even know that book of Matthew. I look at your Bible sometimes. That's why I walk around like that. I just laugh. Leviticus. He talked about slaughtering the cows, the sheep, the bulls, and the he-goats and the pigeons, and y'all know nothing about no Leviticus. I've been walking around like this. I've been getting them. I tell you, kill him, spirit sister, and I kill him. I said, look at him. Check it in. Yeah, preach. What are you talking about? I was about to say, take your Bible. What verse?
Amen.
I know it's fancy for us to say that we can usher people into the presence of God. It's you now.
Yes.
You see what I'm talking about? It's you now. You talking about we can assist, we can do stuff, we can put the atmosphere and stuff there,
Yeah.
but it's you to prepare yourself to worship God. They put themselves in a position to ready to worship the King, because you can't come to the King any kind of way. Now you can't come to the King. You can't come to no king, especially the King we talking about.
That's right.
They left home ready.
Yeah, they did.
How you prepare in the morning? How you gonna talk about in the morning? I'm like, I was gonna quit. How you prepare yourself in the morning? I don't just come to say, I'm just gonna come to church and just hear good singing.
Prepare yourself. Be ready. Praise. Worship.
It's true.
I'm preparing my heart
Yes.
Amen.
Worship.
Amen.
Yes.
for the King.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I'm preparing my worship for the
Yeah.
King. You know what I'm talking about? I got my preaching going.
Yeah.
I got my music going.
Yes.
And then when that cut off, then I got my singing going.
I know what you're talking about. So amen. Amen.
Now I can listen to good the song sing all day, and
Yeah.
Ralph sing all day,
Yeah.
Tasha Cobb sing all day,
Yeah.
whoever your favorite sing, but
Yeah.
not like me sing.
Come on.
Not like that, not like that. You might not like it.
That's
Right.
right.
It works for you. It works for you.
You better say that now.
Worship.
But you know what I've come to do?
Action.
I'm already preparing myself
Yes,
Yes.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yes, Lord. Action.
to give him my worship.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
David said, you know what? I can't give God nothing else, but I can give him some worship.
Wow.
Amen.
Because he understands that a thousand of cattle hills belongs to him,
That's
the earth
right.
is his,
Yeah.
and the forms thereof.
Yeah.
What else could we give a king?
Right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
If it's due, that's his due, but for all of us, I'm telling you what all of us can do. And what's our reasonable service is? To give him some worship.
Amen. Amen.
Huh? Well, give him some worship, give him some worship. So here it is, they came from far. I'm going to give y'all 5 more minutes.
Come on. It's all right. It's all right.
And he came to the house.
Came from east.
Now they had GPS,
Nope. Nope.
maps,
No.
None of that.
none of that. And God led them
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
right to him. Now I know y'all see pictures all the time that when they got there, that Jesus was a babe.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't the-
In
Yeah.
the mange and all that.
Fix it.
Yeah.
That ain't true.
Or he was in the manger.
Yeah, in the mange.
James, boy, you been reading. You on the front. You want to preach today?
You got it.
You know it's mess with James. You know it's mess with James. You know what I'm talking about? Don't get me off track. I got a little ADHD and all that good stuff. Don't get me off track.
Okay.
No, I mean, but we see that already, right? We see that all the time, right? When we go see the nativity scenes and all this stuff, that when the wise men showed up and stuff, that Mary and them still in the manger, swaddling clothes, all that stuff, all that's tradition.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And you see 3 wise men
Yeah.
dressed up like dressed like gypsies.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Gold, everything.
Y'all go see that stuff too.
Right.
It make good entertainment.
Yeah.
That's it. That's about it. Just good entertainment.
Not true.
Right.
Not true.
But it don't leave nobody to worship.
That's
Right.
right.
That's right.
Amen. Amen.
It don't leave nobody to worship. So the Bible says they get there. According to a story, this is a bunch of them traveling. They get there. And the Bible says that they get there, the babe Jesus, child Jesus, put it that way, because it wasn't a babe.
Right.
Child is different. Because they think he's about 2 years old, somewhere around there.
Uh-huh.
The child Jesus is there with Mary and Joseph.
Right.
And they presented this child with 3 gifts. Now I want you to know that still they come to do like the Catholics do. Worship Mary.
All right. Come on now.
They ain't come to worship Joseph.
Right.
No, they didn't.
They came to worship Jesus,
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
the King.
Mm-hmm.
They worship him by giving him gifts. They never pulled it out for her.
Mm-mm.
Because they came ready. Then what I tell y'all already? They came prepared and they came ready.
That's it. That's
Right?
it. They was.
That's why I'm trying to say something else. You're talking about you're talking about we don't come ready. Let's see y'all sweating in the morning. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Come on.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Verse 11, real quick. And when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother and fell down. Look what they did. They fell down and worshiped. They recognized that they was in the presence
All right now.
of a king,
I was there.
a child.
Yeah.
But they knew that wasn't an ordinary child. They knew that child
That's right.
was born a king.
Yes.
And what they did was they fell down, right?
Yes.
They didn't say nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but their worship spoke it all.
That's right.
Be careful, people always talking how they worship.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
If you're a real worshiper and you're in presence,
How you do?
All right now.
How you
It'll
doing?
speak. It'll speak for you. Glory to God.
it speaks for you.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, you really in his presence, you really can't have nothing to say.
That's it. Amen.
I'm telling you, you're really in presence of the king. And some of you have never been in the presence of the king. So then you're only 5 more. You're only 5 more. You're only preaching 5 more now. Come on, Jared, what?
Complete silence.
Complete silence.
Amen.
What do you have to say?
Ain't nothing to
Nothing
say.
you can't say.
Because our ultimate job, all we ultimately want to do is get before the king.
Yeah.
That's it.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Silence.
Worship.
The Bible says that they fell down. You talking about, I mean, listen.
Down,
They,
down.
no, they
Fell
just,
down.
they fell.
They fell down.
Fell down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, when you,
Let
him deal down.
She's white.
I tell you
they ain't like the old church. I told you only 5. I told you only 5. They ain't like the old church. The preacher come and lay hands on you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Fall all out.
In old church, so we're a little better now. We got carpet now. You know?
Right.
You know me. I was a skeptic.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I was a skeptic. God had to get a hold of me. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
I was a skeptic. I was like, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Then I was a good Baptist too.
Right. Come Come on.
And I said to myself, shoot, you better be God, because I tell you what, somebody gonna bust their head up in here.
Falling on down.
They had no catches.
Right.
I ain't talking about they had no catches.
Right.
I mean, the man got a hold of my sister close to 4.
Right.
You know what 4 I mean, right?
Yeah.
He had 2 zeros to it.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, shoot, I'm a good preacher, but I ain't catching that.
All right, now.
If you go to LA, you better be the Holy Ghost. You over there playing around. You gotta tell people in the church, no catches today, no catches. No catches, no catches. I bet you won't be no falling out of there.
Look at see if somebody gonna catch you.
Yeah, back up.
It's like the Luciano. But look what happened when he got into the king presence.
Fell down.
See, he was already in the earthly king presence.
Right.
And his president causes them to fall.
That's right.
But the very presence of God
Wow.
Amen. Amen.
caused
Yeah,
Fall
yeah,
down.
the wise men
yeah,
They know.
to fall
yeah,
down.
yeah, they
They
felt
made
something.
it. They
That
made
means
it.
that means that
They made
they
it.
was not in control
That's
Amen.
right. Yeah,
Amen.
Great joy.
Yeah.
Right.
of their own body.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Presence of
yeah,
God.
something they had never experienced
Yeah.
before. Come on now.
Come on,
Yeah.
Jerry, help me out. Have you ever been in an when you no longer have control?
That's right. Yeah.
That's how you know you really come to worship and you're really in his presence because you no longer have control
That's right.
over yourself.
That's
Right.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Some of us, you know, we keep. Oh.
Catch yourself.
Praise the Lord.
Catch yourself.
Try to be all pretty. I tried to, James.
Yeah. Go ahead.
God said, I'm gonna teach you something, young fella. You want
That's
that?
right.
I said, I'm gonna try this.
Right.
Worship because this thing called worship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join in. Michelle found myself under the pews. I don't know how I got out. And my family got my eyes on me. I'm under the pews. I don't even know how I got under the pews. I said, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna be a skeptic and stuff like that.
Right. That's right.
Can we want to be, man, we want to hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I ain't crying. I ain't doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. I want to show out. I want to show out. Yeah.
I'm under the pews.
Yeah. That's it.
Kind of control it. Sometimes, you've been in God's presence. You just can't control it.
Amen.
You know what? My house died up. You know something about, say why we fall, say no, because our knees get weak.
Right.
Right.
You know something about? That's how you know you start getting weak. That's what happened. They fell.
They all died.
Presence. Presence of the Lord.
Down.
Yes.
And worship him.
Yeah.
They reverence God.
Yeah.
Look what it said now, and I'm going to get out of here now. And when they open their
Yeah.
treasures.
My God.
No, you say treasures for a reason.
Right.
Because that's worth,
Yeah.
value stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
They're giving the king something of value.
Yes. Yes.
The least we can do
Wow.
is to give him something
Yeah, give me that.
that costs you something.
That's it. Amen.
That's worship.
Yeah.
Called sacrifice. It's called worship.
That's
You
it.
got to give the king something of value.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Come on, Jerry, you know it.
Reasonable service.
I will ask you to read in a few minutes. I don't know this twist. I don't know it.
Reasonable service.
That's what David said. Offer him a sacrifice of praise.
Yes.
What can I render to God? He said.
Yeah.
But the sacrifice of praise. You see, talking about you gotta give him something that costs you something.
That's it.
Amen.
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 And he had treasures, right?
Yeah.
Not just one treasure, treasures,
Treasure.
plural. That cost them something that's worth something of value.
Yes.
You don't get a king any old thing. Okay, let me keep going. All right, what did he give him?
Gold,
They presented unto him. You see? They presented to him. You see, you talk about when you're in front of a king, you don't just present him any kind of way. They presented to him a certain kind of way that you would give it to a king. A presentation gave him something. And it gave him gold.
They best.
Huh?
Amen.
Gold was very valuable.
That's right. That's right.
They gave him, huh? Still is. Church says still is. Right? You should give me some of that. Oh, okay, gold. They gave him gold. Then they gave him frankincense. And in the story, so you know, all three really means something. Gold dealing with royalty, kingship, and merit dealing with, basically frankincense dealing with, priestlyhood. That he was not only a king, but he was a priest. And then merit was that, he used to embalm him for his death.
Right.
It just showed him what he was going to go to. But ultimately it was that God knew what Jesus would need because he came in a dream. No. Go another way, don't go back into a paradise.
Right.
All right. You want to have a hit.
Hold on,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And just tell him where to go at Nazareth, live in Nazareth. But you know what? There was gifts that helped Jesus get to where he needed to be.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
God will send you the right people.
That's right. Yeah, he will.
That's it.
Yes, he
Amen.
will.
Amen.
Yes, he
To help
will.
you to get to where you need to be.
Yes, he will. Amen.
Because he still was a child.
That's right.
And I pray that y'all enjoyed the message.
Yes.
And
Amen.
next time, y'all want to worship? Let it be a